welcome. I'm Megan with InMotion Yoga, and this is Lunch Break Yoga, where I share quick practices designed to have a big impact on how you feel during your day. Today we have a micro Yin Yoga practice designed to help you release stress, regain a sense of calm, as well as stretch the hips and open the chest. If you have 2 yoga blocks available, they would be fairly handy to have nearby. If you don't have blocks available today, it may be helpful to locate a bolster or a semi-firm cushion or pillow. So grab everything you need, keep it close by, and we'll get started. So to help lengthen your spine and remove any pressure from the low back and the hips, you may wish to sit on your block or your cushion. So bringing it underneath of the bum and sitting with your hips just a little bit higher than your knees. So take a quick moment here to find a comfortable position. We'll start by sitting comfortably and inviting in a grounding, steady breath. Feel welcome to close down the eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. Try to become present in your body for these few moments. See if you can surrender to all attachment to whatever it was that you were doing before you landed here. It's only a short practice that we have together today, but this is intended to be a break for you. And it's essential that we take breaks within our day. Breaks for our body, to care for our physical selves, and breaks for our mind to shift our focus and take care of our mental selves. Invite in a steady breath, whatever that looks like for you today. In through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe it's in through the nose, out through the mouth. Find a steady breath rhythm. Try to welcome this invitation for pause, for release, surrender. And take 5 more full breaths. Nice steady breath in. Long, slow breath rolls back out. Last breath where you are. Exhale, let it go. Now we're going to come into our first shape of this yin practice. We have just a few poses that we'll complete in this short practice. So gently bring your block out from underneath of you, set it aside. And we're first going to come into the prone position, coming onto the belly on your mat. Slide anything out of the way that's not needed right now. And start by taking your left knee out to the side. Try to find a 90-degree angle at the hip joint, 90-degree angle at the knee, and roughly a 90-degree angle with the ankle as well. Now there's a few options here, so you're welcome to bring your hands beside you, sort of in cactus arms, and then perhaps turn your cheek and rest your left side on the mat. Another option might be to keep the neck long and neutral and rest the forehead on the back of the hands. And the intention in this pose is really to stretch the hip. If you're feeling eager to be a little bit more engaged, a little bit more active, and you'd perhaps like to stretch the back body and open the chest, we can also come onto the forearms and we can arc up through the spine, lengthening, slightly lifting the chin, open the shoulders, open the chest. And then option from there, perhaps to take one block or to even take 2 blocks. Stack them at a height where your chin can gently rest so the chest is open, but the neck doesn't have to do too much work to stay here. So let's choose the option that suits you most in this shape. And we're going to hold that option for about 2 minutes. Again, any variation that you choose, it can be passive, it can be a little bit more active, inviting a back bend, although we will be stretching the back a little bit more in our next pose. Wherever you are, see if you can melt the points of the hips down towards the floor. And see if you can invite in release and surrender as you pause here on your mat. Slow, steady breaths in, long, full breaths out. We're at just about halfway here. We have another minute to go on this side. If anything feels particularly uncomfortable, feel welcome to make a small micro adjustment. Find a place where you can continue to invite stillness, where you can find some micro amount even of release and surrender. Let's take just a few more breaths here. And slowly we'll start to release. So if you have blocks underneath of your upper body, under your chin, gently remove them, slide them out of the way. Slowly lower the heart towards the floor. And then we'll start to extend the left leg long. Take a little moment here to maybe rock or bend into the knees. And then when you're ready, we'll start to set up the same shape on the second side. So let's take our right knee out to the side. Again, bending 90 degrees at the hip, the knee, the ankle. Try your best to melt the bone of the hip down towards the mat. Try your best to find a place that feels a little bit like release. Again, maybe we can take the arms out in a cactus shape, bending at the elbows, and then we can turn the head. We can rest the right cheek on the floor. Alternatively, again, there's options to keep the neck neutral. There's options to keep the heart elevated. Find what's calling to you here. And we'll pause again for about 2 minutes. I'll let you know when we've reached the halfway mark. Try your best to be here in your body. Notice the sensations that arise. Try to surrender to the simple act of being here. Just being here, just taking these few moments to show up for yourself is often enough. It's such a wonderful step in self-care. little bit over halfway. Cultivate a steady breath. Take just a few more gentle breaths exactly where you are. And then slowly, when you're ready, begin to open the eyes. Turn the head back to center if you were looking to one side. Let's extend the leg out long. Take a moment here to slowly unravel, slowly come out of the pose. And then we'll press ourselves up onto our hands and our knees. Come onto the bum. And we're going to set up for our last pose of our micro practice using blocks or a bolster. We're going to come into a version of either supported fish or supported bridge, inviting openness through the chest. It's a nice shape to reverse the effects of sitting at a desk for such a long period of time throughout the day. So here are some options for you. With our blocks, we can bring our first block underneath of the head or the neck. So you lie back, find a place where that feels sort of comfortable. Just kind of at the base of the head. We don't want to feel any pinching in the neck. We want to be able to keep a little bit of length. And then the second block, we want to bring underneath of us. So maybe you push into your heels, elevate the back and the bum, and bring the block on its long edge underneath of the spine. So you kind of feel it between the shoulder blades and down into the sacrum. You can leave your knees bent and your feet pressing into the mat as you allow your shoulders and your chest to drape open. Find a little bit of release. If that doesn't work or that doesn't feel good, or maybe if you don't have a block available, another option we have is to use our cushion. So we can use the cushion on top of the blocks by creating a little bit of a ramp that we bring the pillow on top of, and then we bring our bum close to the bottom of the pillow or the ramp, and we gently lie back, opening the arms, opening the shoulders as we release. Knees can stay bent or legs can go long. And again, final option, if you don't have the blocks or that just isn't feeling good and you need something a little bit less intense, we can simply bring our cushion, our pillow, our bolster behind us, bring it into place just above your bum where your low back starts to arc. Release over it, open the arms. Again, legs can be long or knees can be bent. Perhaps the knees drop in towards one another. And the goal here is to let the chest be open. So reverse what we often call that sort of hunched over shrimp position that we find ourselves in a lot doing office work or even just spending time on our cell phone. So allow the shoulders to be open. Allow the heart to expand with each breath. And continue to invite in release, calm, steadiness, ease. And we'll stay here for about 2 more minutes. The practice of Yin Yoga is largely about surrendering to stillness. See if you can resist the urge to do, and see if you can yield to just being. If you do need to move a little bit, it's always okay to make adjustments. But see if you can find a position within the shape that allows you to be more or less still, to pause. And we have just about 1 more minute left here. Come back to the body, come back to the breath. Steady in, steady out. And gently, slowly, we'll start to make our way out of the pose. Carefully peel yourself up off of any props. Slide everything out of the way. And you're welcome to lie back in Shavasana, or you're welcome to take a comfortable seat as we take just 1 more minute to conclude our practice. Continue to bask in the stillness. Keep bringing your attention back to your breath again and again and again. Whether you're seated or whether you're lying down, take both hands over your heart and take a moment here in gratitude. Show gratitude towards yourself for taking the time out of your very busy day to practice yoga, to show up for yourself, to take care of your body, your mind, your spirit. I hope you've been able to breathe a little bit more deeply and find some release, whether physically or energetically. I invite you to consider how you can carry that sense of calm and ease through the rest of your day. And I want to thank you for your practice. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.